Europe is undergoing a large-scale green turn. In 2020, the Taxonomy of Sustainable Financing of the European Union entered into force, which brings the financial sector and large companies the obligation to evaluate their activities according to the 6 environmental goals. These include climate change mitigation and adaptation, sustainable use and protection of water and marine resources, transition to the circular economy, pollution prevention, and ecosystem protection. In order to evaluate and measure the goals, an enormous amount of data is needed. And in addition to the internal activities, financial institutions and large companies must be able to assess the environmental effects of their subcontractors and customers. Therefore, the taxonomy of sustainable financing directly affects Estonian small and medium-sized companies, being in partnership with large companies and financial institutions that expect data from them. Today, however, it is a hard fact that Estonian companies are far behind the European average when it comes to addressing environmental and climate impacts. In Estonia, only 27% of companies have invested in adapting to climate change. At the same time, the European average is 43%. Unfortunately, companies today do not have practical tools or databases to assess their environmental impacts. That is why in Accelerate Estonia program, the Sustaxo team set a goal to create a practical and simple tool for companies. We made a prototype for small and medium-sized companies with which they can assess the specific environmental impacts of their company. It is based on the international standards and Estonian national regulation and allows company to map the extent of its environmental impacts and plan its activities accordingly. With the Sustaxo solution, based on the data of a specific company, we create an assessment of the environmental impact, which can be presented to the partners or financiers. In order to calculate the assessment, we ask the company for basic data about the activities that affect the environment, such as energy consumption, waste generation, and the amount of fuels used in vehicles. Our goal from the beginning has been to create a simple solution. Measuring taxonomy and climate impacts has been extremely difficult and costly until now. But Sustaxo helps to make the measuring of environmental and climate impacts effective and understandable for entrepreneurs.